listening to the Pittsburgh Piledriver Podcast.
Hi, podcast. Time to talk. Let's do some stuff. It's picks time. Pittsburgh Piledriver Podcast. Tiger Bob Tom, Poot the Bard, Ransom Face, Beef the Legend, All Hell, Tribal Beef, Elimination Chamber. I don't know what's going on with WWE anymore. I have no idea. People are taking souls. The Rock's turned into Shang Tsung. I don't know what's going to happen with this Elimination Chamber. No idea. But we're going to pick it. So let's get to picking.
Yeah, that was just...
No, it wasn't. Just ignore it and go on. You don't have to address it.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and address it then. Even though... All right. Listen. Don't do this thing. Okay. I'm gonna do this thing.
I was in the middle of addressing it when you were like,
You all
address
do
it.
it.
Like...
You all do it. You're all guilty as sin and the worst. Just the worst. I hate y'all.
Yes, I am.
When was the ransom castle erected in glass? I'm sorry. Hi everybody.
Since day one-ish.
Yeah.
Well, that was fucking perfect.
Yep. It knocked me off on my track. We're gonna do some picks tonight. Yeah. How's everybody doing? It's just been we didn't talk last week, did we? Did we talk? We did talk. I can't remember.
We did, but I haven't posted the last 2 episodes to YouTube yet, so.
I know.
People just got to listen on Spotify.
I know. I said this the other week, but this is officially the last time I'm broadcasting from the Bardatorium.
So
last time.
Did you already
Next week it's going to be Bard House.
Okay. I was going to ask if you already came up with a new nickname for the new locale. So.
Yeah, Bard House, Haus.
Bold of you to
Bard
assume
House.
that. Bold of you to you're stealing my gimmick. Bold of you to assume that we're going to be recording next week. Anyway, yeah, nope. Elimination Chamber's coming
No
up.
mercy.
What?
It used to be. It used to be No Way Out. Poot. That is a reference you don't ever need to make again.
I wish it was still No Way Out.
Agreed. So interestingly enough, Poppy has the theme,
New Way
which
Out.
is, yeah, exactly.
Dude, I've been listening to that today a couple of times, and then like just going through that album because like I like never fully got into her stuff. But I liked a couple of the songs, and it's not bad.
She's an acquired taste. I think
She
that
is.
she's mega talented. I think that she's very niche though.
Very niche. Yeah, very.
But yeah, I like Poppy, and it's very clear that Triple H likes Poppy, and but yeah, I would agree with Ransom. I am very much anti like Elimination Chamber, the event, Money in the Bank, the event, Hell in a Cell, the event. Like I'm
fine if they're matches. We don't need to name events after them.
Exactly.
I mean, Royal Rumble, Survivor Series exception. Those are like OGs, but like have the Elimination Chamber, but just have it at No Way Out.
Well, let's be real. Survivor Series hasn't had an actual Survivor Series for a while now.
I don't want to talk about it. It upsets me that it's turned into War Games. I like War Games, don't get me wrong, but like
War Games.
I do miss OG Survivor Series.
No. You gotta hold on. You gotta put the William Regal War Games. You got to put the whore.
The whore games.
The whore games on it. Yeah.
I think they should revive Fall Brawl.
Yes.
And put War Games at Fall Brawl.
Yes.
And then you can still have Survivor Series and still have your traditional 5-on-5, 4-on-4, whatever on whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You could do both. There's and I understand that like War Games is like Survivor Series adjacent, that they're very similar, but like you don't have to like, ride that the whole way in.
Similar but not
both.
the same. Hell in the Cell and a cage match are similar, but they're not the same.
Correct.
Absolutely.
So there's enough
you know
difference. You can split them.
Give me that 3-tiered cage like in Ready to Rumble. Fuck it. Why not?
Okay, no, we're done. We're done talking about this. Beef picks, go. My nose is gonna start bleeding.
Good.
Knock it off.
Do it.
I did not
Knock it off.
listen. I didn't hate the idea of a triple
Punch
tier
you in the
cage. I
toe.
think it was. I think triple.
Stop.
Hold on.
You're gonna
hold
kill him.
on.
You're gonna kill him.
Listen to me. I think
I'm just gonna phone my picks in the chat. See everybody.
that, like everything that WCW did, it was a great gimmick, just very poorly executed. Like World War III, great gimmick, awful job doing it.
Was it though?
I liked World War III just fine. I think the triple tier cage had room to grow, but I think the fact that David Arquette won the first one, or no, did he?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't even
he did in the
remember now.
movie, right?
He
Or
won
no?
one of them.
I don't know.
I've buried that in with my other traumas. Like it's okay.
I'm pretty sure that he did. And so, I mean, like that makes everybody go, oh wow. And like, okay, yeah, sure, it's not like the coolest, but like I think that there was enough stuff that they could do. Now, unfortunately, that you run into space issues as well. That becomes a thing.
I can see.
but-
Hold on. I could see Poot on the therapy couch now, and the therapist being like, "All right, show me where Seven touched you."
All right.
Evan.
I was
All
that kid in that video.
There's so much terrible things happening.
Listen. You have to have the bad
Wish I would've
days
stayed
too.
on Arc.
You have to have the bad days to appreciate the good ones.
No,
I'll catch.
I just have good days.
I'll catch snippets of like WCW stuff every now and again from like podcasts and things, and like it really was that bad.
Yeah.
I don't know how the hell they
Oh.
beat. I mean WWE. I guess NWO, but like
That's exactly how. I literally caught a reel. Scooby sent it to me. It was of 3 Count, the debut of 3 Count. I was like, what the
man.
actual fuck was this?
And then you
Sugar
bring
Shane
in-
Helms.
You bring in an honest to god fucking badass like Tank Abbott, and you reduce him to that. I don't
Tank
know,
Abbott
man.
did that shit to himself. Fuck that.
I
It
don't
wasn't
know, man.
WCW's fault.
Bret Hart
I don't know,
screwed
man.
Bret Hart.
Tank
Tank
Abbott.
Abbott screwed
Yeah,
Tank
Tank
Abbott.
screwed Tank. Like, yeah.
Oh,
No,
fuck.
All right,
we ain't
well,
going
let's-
down. We ain't going down that fucking road.
Let's talk about something that is sure to not be bad. I don't think.
Johnny
Which
B.
would
Bad.
be the elimination.
Oh no, Johnny B. Bad. He looks like one of the fucking bosses out of Double Dragon. Good God.
Listen, hot take: Johnny B. Bad was a better character than Mark Marrow in execution. Elimination Chamber is not going to be Johnny B. Bad. It's going to be Johnny B. Good. We have 4 matches,
Okay.
so like not a huge stake. Why the women's tag team titles were not on this card is beyond me.
Because they're all
Why,
in the
Rhea?
chamber.
Why? That's fair. Okay. Why Rhea versus EO is not on this card is beyond me, but
Valid.
I don't know, man. Anyway, here are the matches. We got Tiffany Stratton and Tish
Tit Stratus, huh?
Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus. Jesus Christ. What the hell are they doing to
Stratton and
me?
Trish Stratus. Come on, man.
Versus Nia Jackson, Candice LeRae. Sammy versus Kevin in an unsanctioned match. I wonder if they'll actually turn the lights out and turn them back on. The women's elimination chamber consisting of Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Naomi, and Roxanne Perez. And the men's elimination chamber, John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Damian Priest, Seth freaking Rollins. 4 points, you know the drill. Hell. I'll start.
He's
We'll start
done the
with,
math.
Poot.
I had to, buddy. I had to.
Tired of,
That's
so tired of
fine.
this narrative. So we're
I
gonna
don't
go
know.
with
My documentary.
Tiffany and Trish versus Nia and Candice.
How did this match come about? This seems like the most spaghetti at the wall thing.
Because they're in
Yep.
Canada.
Oh,
Yep, it's
That's why.
Toronto.
Yep.
all right.
Yep.
Well, fantastic.
Capistrano.
Nope.
They need a match to still feature Tiffany Stratton, but to keep her somewhat protected to get her to Mania. So
man. I don't know.
I mean,
sometimes
Nia did a great job of protecting her and Trish when she fucking botched the Annihilator. Good God.
I don't watch SmackDown, so I didn't see that.
Sometimes go look it up. She literally jumped down and stopped her momentum before she even touched them, and then slowly sat down on top of them. it was god awful looking. I'm sorry. It was just I'm not. This isn't it's time for Tom to shit all over Nia Jax hour, but listen, do better.
No, she has her moments. No. She has her moments. When it's necessary, it's necessary for sure. And to be fair, I'd much rather have that be the case than the alternative, which is her just sending all of her body weight onto a chest cavity. Not the greatest.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to pick Trishy time for 4 points, because there is no reason to have Tiffany Stratton lose on the road to WrestleMania. There's no reason to have Trish Stratus lose in Toronto, and I just don't think they're gonna. So yeah, Trishy time 4 points. Poot.
It's gonna have to be Trishy time for me as well, but I'm gonna go 3 points.
Ransom.
4 Gryffindor.
Gryffindor.
Oh God. Gryffindor. 4 points. 4 points to Gryffindor.
I like it.
4 points to Gryffindor.
Got it. You said a syllable and I understood what you were saying. I am going to just confirm for the audience you are saying Trishy time, yes?
Yep.
Got it. Tom?
Team O Canada, 4 points. And 2 confirmed.
There it is.
There you go. The clean sweep across the board. Yeah.
So they're absolutely going to lose. Great.
Tiffy's losing. We did this to you.
Yep. Sammy
God
versus...
didn't do this.
God didn't do this. You did. Sammy versus Kevin in a why the fuck isn't this a WrestleMania match? Again, I get it. Toronto. Right? But all right. I think the analysis by paralysis is that KO's probably going to face Orton at Mania, which is whatever. But let's just forget that Randy Orton exists for a year or so, and let's have Sammy versus Kevin at WrestleMania. I get it that everybody in the world is probably sick of seeing Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn tag or against each other and hear their fucking storied rivalry, but I'm not. And for me, I think that seeing those two have a match at the biggest stage of them all is the ultimate man, this is fucking awesome.
Saying that you don't like seeing Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens together, whether they're tagging or against each other, is like going, you know what? I'm sick and tired of seeing tits. I'm tired of it. I'm over it. I'm done with it.
Sentiment I don't understand.
Well, okay, Ransom, I'll put it in your perspective then. I'm sick and tired of seeing dick.
All right, well, swing and a miss, but okay.
Well, whatever. They can't all be zingers, man. Give me a break.
All.
Well, I mean, what else are you bringing to the podcast if you're not bringing all zingers, Pooh? What the hell?
Well, apparently nothing. So, apparently a big old... There's nothing in that little black bag for any of you fuckers.
I'll tell you what you are bringing.
Big old bag of dicks.
You are bringing the next pick. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. Who you got, Pooter?
Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. I am going 4 points on KO.
Jesus,
I understand.
Okay.
I understand. That sounded like you wanted to jump in and pull me out of the water.
No, the 4 points is surprising to me.
4 points. 4 points on KO. Normally I'd save my 4 point for one of the Elimination Chamber matches and get all poot with it, but I'm not doing that. I'm gonna say 4 points Kevin Owens, because this match will carry them through to WrestleMania. They will have another one at WrestleMania. Some kind of stipulation, some kind of insane thing. I think KO does this. Sammy, I understand it's the underdog thing of like Kevin Owens has been, a fucking menace to Sami Zayn for the past couple weeks. And it's like, Sammy wins. No, you have KO go over barely. And then you have them go into Mania, have Sammy barely beat Kevin, and have him go over at Mania again. I know they had their moment. They had their Mania moment together. Give Sammy his Mania moment now. And so that's my impetus and idea here. 4 points, Kevin Owens over Sami Zayn.
Ransom?
I want to pick Sammy for this. I don't know why, but I don't know. Something sticks in my craw because, like, KO had such a decisive loss at Royal Rumble. Like that last image of him just like wrapped up like a burrito on that ladder.
Yes, his documentary.
Yeah. Like, I know we always say, oh, this so-and-so's couldn't eat all the pins. I mean, to an extent, but like, if you're going to start losing, like, on the major ones, like, in a row, I don't know. I feel like they're gonna give it to Sammy because, they're both Canadian, but like, yay, Canadian, Sammy, he's a face. We love to cheer him. He won here in Canada. But I don't know, like, I don't know. Like, Kevin loses at Royal Rumble. Kevin loses here to Sammy. Like, he's got to win if you go to Mania, or else Kevin loses at Mania. And then it's like, okay, well, what's this guy doing? You do have to win some matches if you're going to be a badass. And I think Kevin Owens is, like, the quintessential badass. So, like, he can't lose everything all the time. Like, there's got to be some just, like, badass wins. I don't know. For the record, I think Sami Zayn's going to win here, but I'm going to pick Kevin Owens for 3.
Interesting that you're, like, bending so far the other way. Okay. Tom?
Oh boy. Well, this is where I get poot with it. Because the chamber matches are still like, I'm sitting here looking at the card and I'm still trying to figure those out. Like the men's one in particular. The women's one seems a little bit more clear cut, but like not entirely. And this one, this is rough, but I'm gonna take a risk. I'm gonna put 3 points on this. I'm gonna say neither one of them. I'm gonna say this goes to a no contest. I'm gonna say they both just like obliterate each other, and there is no winner.
Interesting. Okay, you said 3 points on that.
Tom,
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, that's not too dumb of a call. If I'm being real, like I know it's always kind of risky throwing out a no contest or double DQ, double count out, whatever.
But this is one in this case where I feel like it makes sense storyline wise too, regardless of like who ends up going on to Mania to do what, or if you run it back again with them at Mania for something like I don't know, something like an I Quit match, or I mean I don't know what else you do, how you get past an unsanctioned match or whatever, but either way, like whatever direction you decide to go with, like if you have both of them just like obliterate the shit out of each other and nobody walks away from it, like then you could, move them on from one another and cool it off for a while or whatever. You could just say like, there's not much more that we could do to one another, like, storyline speaking, like not necessarily them cutting this promo, but thinking about it, like, well, what the hell else can they do to one another? Move it on, and you can have Sammy go feud with whoever, and KO feud with Randy if Randy's returning for Mania. And
Randy.
But Randy.
Oh God!
Well, nobody did the Randy. We love you, Randy. Make love to me, Randy, please.
Make love to me, Randy,
please.
Oh my God, please.
Yeah, but yeah, three points on a no contest for them. I feel like we haven't had a good Dusty finish in a while, so.
I hear what you're saying, and I hear what Poot's saying, but I think you're both a little off base, because I think that the no contest will make sense if this were a standard match, which would then carry them to Mania. I don't think that Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens is the end game for WrestleMania. Unfucking fortunately. And I do this, So, like, I've done such a great job of, like, trying to, like, satiate my expectations for the Royal Rumble. As of late, I think the last several Royal Rumbles have been great because I've done such a great job of, like, helping lower my expectations.
I didn't know you were so flexible to suck your own dick that hard.
I knew it.
I'm making a point. I'm making a point. What I haven't done, though, is I get way too excited about a potential early WrestleMania card, and then, like, 3 weeks later, after it's all blown the fuck up, I'm like, what happened? What? Look what they done to my boy. They massacred my boy. Like, Sammy versus KO at WrestleMania. Rhea versus Io at WrestleMania. Nope. So, that's my next, like, thing I need to work on is not, like, getting super excited about WrestleMania until after the fucking Elimination Chamber. I wish that the end game for these two was WrestleMania. And I think that that's what we all deserve. Unfortunately, Keith Orton has a lot to say about that. And I think he's absolutely coming back. Absolutely going to have a match with KO. And I don't know where that leaves Sammy. Which is ridiculous, given that he and KO main evented night 1 of WrestleMania 39 by winning. And that he is one of 2 people to beat Gunther on the main roster at WrestleMania last year.
Yeah.
So, he was the one to end the longest reign of an Intercontinental Champion. So, like, to say, I don't know where that leaves Sammy, seems foolish, but here we are. And that has nothing to do with The Rock coming back. I think that just has to do with creative being weird. I think that Triple H has some blind spots. One of those blind spots are, like, his friends, like Randy, like Sheamus, like the Flairs. Another one of those blind spots are African American guys that never get pushed. Fact check me. I'm not calling him a racist. I'm saying that he does not push African American guys. So all that being said, I am 100% in Camp Ransom here. I think that this needs to be a KO win, and I'll even go one step further. I think that this needs to be a dominant KO win. I think that this needs to be a KO beating the fuck out of his best friend in their home country, and everyone going, holy fuck, what happened to Kevin?
Did someone check on Kevin?
Because I think that he needs it to get that badass status back so that he can go into WrestleMania against Randy Orton, who, with all due respect, and I've been hot and cold on Randy Orton the last 20 years. With all due respect, Randy Orton's probably one of the greatest of all time. So, like, you know, having to have that, like, cachet to be able to be in the ring with him at a WrestleMania, kind of a big deal. So I think that KO gets a win here pretty dominantly. I'm taking KO with 2 points because you never fucking know. The Women's Elimination Chamber. And I'm going to be forthright with this information. I think that both of these chambers are murky as fuck and just, like, fraught with pitfalls. So, you know, tread lightly, as they say. So once again, the Women's Chamber features Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Naomi, Roxanne Perez. Ransom, who you got?
God, I have no idea. So whoever wins this is going to face Rhea?
That, I believe, has been announced, yes.
Or, assuming Rhea still keeps the title, it'll be either the winner of this faces either Rhea or Io Sky.
Io. It is an Elimination Chamber match for a Women's World Championship match.
Correct. Because Charlotte has already picked Tiffany Stratton. She's already called her shot. So that's set in stone for Mania.
Yes.
Oh, egad.
Yeah, egad.
Egad.
I mean, I have no idea. I have no idea about either one of these two chamber matches. I just don't. Who's in these? Who's in this again? Run it down for me one more time.
That's okay. Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Naomi, and Roxanne Perez. You waiting for Tara to, like, bring the pick to you or something?
Waiting for Pat to email me back.
Gotcha.
Man, I don't know. Alexa Bliss won. I don't know. I have no idea.
Any particular reason, or just got a feeling?
I have no idea.
All right. Tom?
I like that. I have no idea. Did you not hear me the first time? Okay, so man. Man, there's a glaringly, like, there's one big glaring pick that I don't think it's wise to do it again, but I feel like it's a lazy pick if I picked Liv Morgan, because it'd be easy.
I thought you were gonna pick Santina.
No.
Stop it.
No. That was gonna be my Royal Rumble winner, not Elimination Chamber winner. Anyways, now, like, Liv Morgan would be like a safe pick. It would also be a lazy pick because they'd be running it back yet again. But I'd have a hard time. The only thing that gives me pause for picking her is the fact that they just put the titles on Liv and Raquel Monday night. So, and I don't think it's based off of that. I don't think it's going to be Bianca. It sure as hell isn't going to be Naomi. I mean, let's be real. Sorry, like, she's athletically gifted, but it ain't happening. And honestly, I think there's going to be more to that that whole, you know, who you know, beat the shit out of Jade storyline that'll come out. And I think you're gonna get a heel turn from either Naomi or Bianca. It'd make more sense if it was Bianca that did it, but whatever. That's a whole nother can of worms. So I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, all right, well, you know, women's world title. If Rhea keeps it, Rhea's uber face. if Io gets it, Io's pretty much a face. So I'm going to put my 1-pointer on Roxanne Perez.
I love it. I want so badly to pick Roxanne Perez because that makes all of the sense. And I'll go one further. If I were booking, I would absolutely have Roxanne Perez beat Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 41.
So,
without a doubt in my mind.
So here's another thing too, if I may, real quick. You also have this whole title for title thing going on in NXT with Julia and Stephanie Vaquer. And I had read something that it's supposedly because Julia's got some sort of injury or something. So, and Roxanne even said it. She's like, well, you know, she was like, had her promo with Jordan Gray. She's like, I could win the Elimination Chamber and I could challenge for that NXT title and become a 3-time NXT Women's Champion. And I'm like, they could. So there's a lot of ways that you could go, but Roxanne and Rhea would be a fantastic fucking Mania match. Like they'd put on a hell of a show.
And like, if you want to establish Roxanne as the next face of the division, which it sounds like is the case,
yeah,
I think that like having her go over Rhea at WrestleMania would be like the way to go.
Even if she doesn't go over, like even just having that match would be like would do wonders for her.
Huge.
And like and the fact that I'm gonna throw a little shade at Jade here. With at least with Roxanne.
Jade Shade.
Yes, Jade Shade. At least with Roxanne, they know the talent that they got there for sure. Like
absolutely,
if they're investing in her, like that's gonna be a better payoff than than it has been so far with Jade Cargill. So.
Well, and you know, I think logically, again, you know, beef booking for what it is. I would definitely have Roxy win this match, and I would absolutely have the attacker for Jade be Bianca and set up Bianca and Jade at WrestleMania because I think it's a showdown the world wants. However, here's the problem. Bianca moves too much merch. Bianca is the face of like that like young black female audience. And she has done wonders with that. So I think from a logic perspective, you're in kind of a Hulk Hogan scenario. And yes, I understand that when Hulk Hogan turned heel, it was amazing and everybody loved it. And it was great. It was the best decision in wrestling history. But I don't think they're going to be that bold with Bianca. So instead, yeah, we're probably going to get Naomi being the attacker for Jade. And Naomi is, I don't know. Not it for me. I don't, like, sure, she's talented, I guess. Like, but, like, I don't, like, the gimmick is old and in need of care. And I just feel like, she's riding by on being an oos. So, I think that they're probably going to punch a ticket for WrestleMania. So get excited for Jade versus Naomi.
Stop it.
In terms of this match, though, I did want to pick Roxanne Perez. I really did.
Do it.
But I think it's going to be Bianca. I think that they're, then taking the titles off of those two was step one. Step two is, definitely getting Bianca and Rhea at WrestleMania, which will be good. I don't want to make it seem like I'd be disappointed. I think, if Raquel would have won on Monday and beaten Roxanne Perez, and Roxanne Perez was not in this match, and Bianca wins, I'm like, okay, whatever. Ultimately, again, my hope was that Io Sky would be in this match, and Io Sky would win this match, and we get Rhea versus Io at WrestleMania, which is not fucking happening. The other thing that could happen is next Monday, Rhea and Io go to some sort of a dusty finish, and we end up getting a 3-way at WrestleMania. Again, fine with that. But in terms of the Elimination Chamber here, I'm picking Bianca Belair 1 point. Again, I'm not like super thrilled. I think even Alexa Bliss would have been a better choice to win than Bianca. But again, I think that people make way more money than I do that make these decisions, probably see things from a different perspective than I do. So Bianca 1 point. Poot.
I'm going to be a basic ass bitch on this one. I'm doing my 1 point on Alexa Bliss. I'm not quite sure how to help you with that. Oh, hey, she heard it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this for Hockey Puck Bliss. We're in a Hockey Puck, but A period Bliss. I'm going to pick her because, and this is my like caveman brain of it. The build that they'll have will be really good. They're both, I just think, I think that would be money. I think you brought Alexa Bliss back. She didn't win the Rumble, of course, but I just think that's how you build Alexa Bliss. I think that's how you build her back. There's plenty of time for Roxanne Perez. She's got a lot of tread on the tires. Bianca was honestly my gut reaction as well, Beef. But I hate to say this. We've seen it before. And I understand that, like, you can play off a history, you can play off all those things, but we've seen it before. Alexa's back. People are hyped. You want to talk about a merch mover? Yeah, Bianca moves merch. Alexa. We're just going to stop for a second because I fucked up. Hold on.
Yeah, you did.
Hold on. She's still listening. Okay, she's not listening anymore. All right. Hockey Puck is going to moves a shit fuck ton of merch. Everybody fucking loves Alexa Bliss. And she's really, 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 really like just it's I think this is how you do it. This is how you go forth. I think the build will be good. I think the match will be great. I'm Alexa Bliss 1 point.
All right. Finally, we have the men's elimination chamber.
Here we fucking go!
Is going to feature John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Damian Priest, Seth freaking Rollins.
John Cena. Oh no.
John Cena.
John Cena.
I'm pretty sure that everybody but Logan Paul in this match has competed for a world title at WrestleMania before, which is a really neat thing. The winner probably faces Cody. We're reasonably sure is going to face Cody.
I mean, why? Since when are we not sure that the winner is going to face Cody?
Since The Rock came back last week and everybody since The Rock pulled a Vince McMahon, showed up and tore up scripts and was like, fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah, there's that.
Dial it back.
And we'll talk about it. But yeah, those 6 men are vying for very likely to be the WWE title match at WrestleMania against Cody Rhodes. Tom, you get to be the gentleman with the first pick, so I cede the floor to you.
Well, it ain't gonna be Logan Paul, so scratch that one off real quick. Like, let's be real. That ain't gonna happen. I understand that they put him in some high-profile spots and stuff, when he first came in because he was an attraction and he's athletically gifted. But let's be real. Like, none of us thought that Logan Paul was going to beat Roman Reigns whenever he faced him for the title or whatever before. So like, you know. Man.
Go on.
So I'm trying to think about it from both perspectives of like if we get the winner of this match facing Cody, or if we get the winner of this match somehow getting finagled into a triple threat with Gunther and Jey Uso. So in either case with that, I don't see Logan, and I don't know if I see Priest. Like even thinking from the Cody perspective, like I don't see it being I don't see it being Damian Priest, because I don't see a face versus face thing at Mania working. So I'd scratch those two. As much as it pains me to say, like, I don't think it's going to be John Cena either, because I think that we're going to get this, like, sort of... Poot put it best, like, whenever he said that John Cena, even though he is quite literally, like, WWE Superman, always seems to work best in that whole, like, you know, pushing that fucking boulder up the hill, you know, really working for it sort of role. So I could see John Cena winning Money in the Bank, because now correct me if I'm wrong. How many John Cena's only won Money in the Bank once or twice?
Once, I believe.
And the one time that he won it, he called his shot and cashed in, and he didn't win. And he was the first one that was the first person to ever cash in and not.
No. It
Damien
was
Sandow.
Yeah.
Damien Sandow was the first one to not cash.
Sorry.
I think you're right.
I couldn't remember which happened first. My timeline back then is all wonky. But regardless, Cena called his shot and he didn't win it. So they could make that call back to history. They could have John Cena win Money in the Bank this year, cash in for a title, but that could be part of the, you know, the storylines. Like, well, the last time that Cena won this, he called his shot and he didn't win it, blah blah blah. Because I could see Cena calling his shot again. This is, you know, I know we're like, I know I'm going kind of a little off in the weeds, but I'm trying to have a little bit of forward thinking. So I don't think it's going to be John Cena. Oh, man. I think for me, it really comes down to, God, I don't like this. This is such a shitty pick. I should have made this my one pointer, but I felt less confident on the women's one than I did this one. Like, I don't know. That promo that Seth cut on Cody on Raw was pretty good and pretty convincing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to say I'm going to say 2 points on Seth Rollins.
So I don't think it's going to be Rollins for sure. I think that Rollins and Reigns have their date booked at WrestleMania. Whether or not there are more parties added to that dance is to be seen. But I think I don't think it's gonna be Rollins, and I agree. I don't think it's gonna be Logan Paul. I think he's there. There could be a couple reasons he's there. This is tough because on the one hand, they have done nothing but push hard about this being John Cena's last Elimination Chamber. Even when they started bringing the promos out, that's why I wasn't sure that's why I didn't think he was going to win the Rumble, because they were like, John Cena at the Elimination Chamber in Toronto. And I'm like, okay, well, if he's going to be at EC, he's probably not going to win the Rumble. And yes, like, things are absolutely up in the air with the whole Rock, Cody, I want your soul, you're the brother I never had, blah, blah, blah. Like, all right. This is all pretty weird. So, like, this is all outside of that. Really, to me, the choice came down to Cena and Punk. I think that, as reported, and as the Royal Rumble kind of started to point out, we're going to get Drew versus Priest, which I'm fine with. I think that that's a fine place for both those guys. A nice upper card match at WrestleMania. Let's go. I remember a report coming out, I don't know, November or so, that talked about Logan Paul versus John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, that's a weird fucking match. But also, I think it would be real good. I think it'd be good for both men. So that gives me a little bit of pause. Part of the triple threat with Rollins and Reigns? Is that the favor that Punk asked Heyman for? That, if to be part of a triple threat match? I don't know. But ultimately, I am going with John Cena for 3 points. I feel like WWE knows what they have right now. Again, it's not very often that wrestlers get to have a retirement tour. That they're letting hey, like, I'm done after this year. God bless you.
Godzilla.
We've been blessed to have that with Danielson. We've been blessed to have that now with John Cena. So, like, I think having that availability means that you can squeeze as much as you can into that time frame. I think it would be criminal not to have John Cena in a main event match at WrestleMania for a title, his last WrestleMania. And again, this coming from the camp of, like, Punk is my guy. Punk should get all the main events. Punk should get his WrestleMania main events. Punk should get Royal Rumble wins. But, again, I think that there's going to be time in the future for him. I think that this year's all about John Cena. And I think that I think that Cena will win this one. Where they go from there is going to be real interesting. Is there a chance that Cena becomes The Rock's corporate champion? Wouldn't that be a fun little twist on the last year? I think that kind of opens up a lot of avenues. What if Cody accepts The Rock's offer and he does become the corporate champion and Cena has to save us from that guy? So yeah, I think that Cena will win. 3 points. I'm confident. Poot, who you got?
3 points on Cena.
Yep.
Wow, this fucking guy though. So I, on the other hand, while all that is very well and good, and you know what, you, as always, Beef, pose a very, very salient point and argument, as is your wont. Here's my thing. Is it as interesting to see Cody sell his soul and go full Codelander? I think he could go full Codelander on his own. I think he could tell the Rock to go kick himself, kick rocks, as it were. I think he could easily do that. And I think he could become that narcissistic, insane human being that we would all love to see, because as we've said before, what Cody's the best, Cody?
Heel Cody.
Heel Cody is the best fucking Cody.
Mm.
You know what would be super fucking interesting is seeing corporate Punk. Corporate Punk would be fucking interesting. That would be unique. That would be different. That would be something we wouldn't see coming. And I think it would be better to see. Remember the pipe bomb that Punk dropped? Remember that?
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Pepperidge Farm remembers when Punk dropped that pipe bomb, and he talks so much about how you stooge, you this, that, and the other thing. Talked so much and railed so hard against the establishment and everything. So much that Ransom had a stroke. Here, wouldn't it be nice if Punk went to Mania?
Ransom,
I knew it was coming.
Invaded my brain. Thank you.
What?
It would be so great.
Sorry.
Okay.
Poot, this is the part. Poot, this is the part where you tell me you're picking Cena for 2 points, right?
No.
Okay.
I'm saying that would be interesting to have Punk and Cena run at each other with that. Also, Punk and Cody had that nice little promo together where they talked about how they are friends and they like each other and they do get along and all these things. But it creates right, that Punk? Tension. Like, yes, that whole thing, it would be so fucking interesting for Punk to do that. Become that corporate guy and then have Cena be the guy who's going to have to look at him and go, look what you fucking become. Don't you remember Pipe Bomb? And they can like sit there and he can just motherfuck Punk all day long over that. And Punk can justify it. And the thing is, it won't be Punk going, well, yeah, but Punk will have his fucking reasons. And they will be real fucking good. Like, it writes itself. It's fucking interesting. It's different. It's a curveball. How do you make people hate CM Punk? Fucking do that. I am putting my 2-pointer on CM Punk.
That's a great, and I've considered that because one of Punk's most widely successful runs was the Summer and Punk in Row, where he finally won the world title, and then was like, "Fuck you guys, I'm going to WWE and I'm taking this fucking title with me." And he was fucking like corporate stooge Punk.
I was gonna bring that up too. Run that shit back. He would be able to do that, and it would be fucking. Pardon the pun. It'd be fucking dynamite.
Absolutely,
100% perfect in every way.
There's just a lot. The only reason that there's just a lot of tendrils. There's a lot of fucking tendrils out there of shit that they've teased. I don't know. Ransom, what do you got?
I mean, Goldberg for 2 points.
Got it.
Who else is going to win? Kevin Nash. He's in it, right?
It'll be a quad tearing good time.
Oh, no. Son of a bitch. Somewhere right now, Kevin Nash is real pissed.
Yep.
Well, I mean, that could be. You could say that at any moment of any day.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true. Oh, damn. Diesel's so mad.
Kevin Nash, Jim Cornette, Bret Hart just sitting around being angry all day.
That's a reality show I'd watch.
They just spend all day prank dialing each other.
somewhere.
Kevin Nash calls him up and pretends to be Vince Russo.
Somewhere
One
along the
watch
way,
out of 10.
somewhere along the way, we get some sort of Jim Cornette cuckold stuff, I'm sure. But
Oh, gross. Hey, Jim, I fucked your wife, motherfucker. Oh, fuck you.
fuck you.
Undertaker. Oh, that's someone different. I'm honestly torn between both Cena and Punk on this because, I mean, storyline reasons aside, the speculating that you guys did on the corporate this and that, which is all very interesting and doesn't help me make my decision. I'm trying to look at it as like, okay, so this is Cena's last hurrah. Like, do we give him a big Mania send-off? I mean, I would. Why wouldn't you though? Like, why would you have Cena in just some like random ass match on his last WrestleMania ever? Like, why would you not have him in one of the main events for a title? Like, even if he doesn't win, like that's kind of a big deal. Cena's last Mania. Then on the other hand, you've got Punk. Like, I'm pretty sure he was probably supposed to go to Mania last year for a title, and that didn't happen. Like, are we going to set Punk back another year? Because he's going to be in something at Mania, but like Punk's never had that like main event Mania moment, so I don't know. Are we pushing that back a year? So it's tough for me to cut this off at the knees between these two schmoes. The bag. I don't know. I think the more interesting pick is Cena. No. I think the more interesting pick is Punk. But I think what's probably going to happen is Cena. So I think I have two left, maybe. Two or one. Whatever I got left. Put it on this match for the winner.
Which is?
John Cena.
Yeah. I guess that's the beauty of it. That's what we've been looking for, is having something where it's not predictable and where we don't know what's coming. And I think that's the beauty of what they set up in the Royal Rumble with, the Punk Rollins Roman Reigns thing. I think that's the beauty of what they, the leak with the Cena Logan Paul potential.
Oh yeah.
I honestly,
yes,
I don't think that they could go the wrong way here.
Logan Paul's going to do some bonkers horse shit in this match.
That's the only way they could go wrong, is having Logan Paul.
I don't think there's a stone's fucking chance in the Pacific that Logan Paul wins.
Agreed.
Even comes close to sniffing winning this match.
Right.
And I think it's clear that Drew and Damian are going to kind of have their thing to kind of further their little tiff that they got going on. This whole Rock thing, man, has thrown everything into a fucking colossal bag.
Perdition.
Yeah. Moses.
Again.
What?
Reportedly, the shitter. Reportedly, he showed up and was like, "Hey, I'm doing this," and everyone's like, "Oh, but you're not going to be around for WrestleMania, right?" And he's like, "We'll see." And they're like, "All right, but like we've been booking towards WrestleMania since October." And he's like, yeah, I know. Really pulling a David Putty here. So, like, apparently there's some feathers being ruffled.
I mean, did we not learn our like this? This is my if that's the case, this is my plea to anybody with a sense of, I don't know, a sense of something to be able to tell Rock no. Did we not learn our lesson from last year? Whenever he was supposed to come in and fucking, you know, be the one to face Roman, and everybody shit all over it, and we ended up finally getting Cody finishing the story. Like, stop it, Rock. Just fucking stop.
He has this overinflated self-ego, which is weird because he is very successful. One of the highest paid actors in Hollywood, you know, all over the place. Like, people know who The Rock is. So, like, it's weird to say that he has an overinflated ego, but he does. He has this, like, self-worth that he's like, hey, you know, the WWE needs me. Like, no, Rock.
It's the wrestling equivalent of, do you know who I am?
Pretty much. And he's like, by me interjecting myself, I'm going to make this whole WrestleMania thing a big deal. You're welcome. It's like, no, Rock. Things were fine before you did that. And then to, like, I don't know, like, then come out, like, what, 20, 30 minutes later and be like, oh, well, you know, Cody and me doesn't need to lead to a match at WrestleMania. Huh?
Yeah, so
Are you familiar with how pro wrestling works, Rock?
you would hope so.
I mean, if you ask him, yes. But
the biggest problem I have with all the Rock interjection is like you said, like, he kind of just like he kind of just buried it all, you know, saying it didn't have to lead to a match. But, like, during his whole promo, like, before he called Cody out, and then even after he called Cody out, it was so bipolar back and forth. It was like him being good guy Dwayne, and then snapping into the final boss character. He's like, one minute he's like, all right, you know, I got a big announcement there. He's like, hey, it ain't sing along time with the final boss. You let the final boss sing it. Okay, you've been a great crowd. And then he calls Cody out, gives him his flowers, blah, blah, blah. Hey, shut your mouth, I'll slap the syphilis off your face. All right, back to this. He's like a fucking bipolar in just, like, real time. Like, he was, or, like, fucking schizophrenic. Like, what the fuck? It just didn't make sense. Like, I don't know. If you're gonna do the final boss thing, fucking commit to it. Like, yes, I know the curtain's been pulled back, and I know we all know that wrestling's scripted. Oh my God, really? Yeah, it's 2025. We all know. We're aware. Like, but you don't. That would be like, you know, at the end of, like, Avengers Endgame, you know, Tony Stark snapping or whatever, and then, like, right before he, you know, takes his last breath, goes, don't worry, I'm not really dead. Har har har. Like, just stop. Like, give it, you know, at least let us try to be lost in the mystique of the art of pro wrestling and the art of the storytelling. Like, don't just come out there and, you know, fucking ham-haw back and forth because you think you can when you shouldn't. And don't fucking, you know, don't pull the curtain back even more so than what it is already. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to sound like an old head going like, oh, kayfabe should still be alive and well, and you guys are killing the business, motherfucker. Like, no, I like, to a certain degree. I mean, you can't unpull the curtain when it's already been pulled back so far, but that doesn't mean you have to rip the fucking thing down and burn the entire theater down with it. Like, Jesus Christ, man.
I'll I'll go one up from that, and I'll say this. I don't think The Rock has it anymore. And that may be a little bit of a hot take, but
No.
like between his like weird like, hey, I'm just going to fix every single storyline ever in like a matter of 10 minutes on the beginning of Raw, or the first Raw on Netflix. Between that, his rambling, nonsensical promo on NXT, and now that gem on Friday night, like, oh, one could argue whether or not The Rock has lost touch with the business or not, but I feel like his chops just aren't there. Anytime that you kind of have to like rely on the good old days, anytime you have to like rely on like what got you there to a certain extent to continue to keep you there, I think that that's a way of showing that like you're not ready to be there anymore. So like I just feel like there's not enough substance to this right now. Last year, I loved the Final Boss character. I think that what they did in last year's lead up to WrestleMania was fantastic. With The Rock, the Final Boss, I think that it was great. And I think the Final Boss was a fun and, dare I say, dynamic character. I don't think that what we've seen since January with Dwayne has been that. It's been a little bit of a hodgepodge. You know, are you TKO board member Dwayne Johnson? Are you the Final Boss? Are you The Rock? Or are you something in between? Or everything in between? So, I don't know. The whole, like, I never had a brother. You can be my brother. I want to take your soul. Like, okay. All right. Like, that's such, and then, like having, like, patting his face. All very fucking weird. Very fucking weird.
So awkward. It was so awkward. Oh, God.
And you could tell by Cody's face, he's like, man,
Fuck.
how is this happening to me again?
Oh, no, that's true.
It's
oh, no, it's true.
Yeah.
You hear the voiceover going.
Happening to me again.
You hear SmackDown open up with Cody or whatever, and it's like, you're probably wondering how I got into this position. So am I.
Well, let me tell you.
The still of The Rock's hand on his face and him just being like, motherfucker. Just motherfucker. Like, he's like, just go away, Dwayne. So let me ask you, from a realistic sense of like, okay, this could happen or this won't happen, what are the chances that Cody actually accepts The Rock's offer?
I don't think, I feel like that would be like a real obvious thing because, like, again, like they're kind of teasing the Code Lander thing. They're kind of like, like, oh, what's he gonna do? Like that kind of thing. That it's too. I am willing at this point to give WWE the benefit of the doubt on all this stuff. I feel like we are safe to start doing that again. And I know, folks, I'm ready to get hurt again. Like, but it's one of those things that makes me go, I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to keep Cody, it's like he's going to be virtuous and it's going to bite him in the ass. And that's what going to want to push him towards the whole old hat of you either die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. I feel like that's what they're going to do, because having Cody go corporate, what's it going to change? Oh no, he's wearing a suit. Oh no, he's dyed his hair. Like other than him changing his attitude, it doesn't change him. I feel like he needs something else to spark that versus agreeing to be the Rock's fucking lapdog.
Hey,
Like,
boy,
I
buddy.
feel like that's why I was so kind of like steadfast on the whole CM Punk thing. Why I feel like Punk would be the one to fit that role and make that angle interesting versus Cody. I feel like Cody going insane and having his Harvey Dent moment would be a little bit better.
I want to see Cody, like, if he does go heel, if he sells his soul or not, eventually if he becomes, I don't know. I'd like to see him, like, get rid of the hair dye job or whatever. I think I said this before.
Oh.
Like, yeah, like just to change shit up. Like, if he does sell his soul, I don't know. Fuck it. I mean, it's, I don't know. It, like, we could, I could see it being a possibility for us to get that corporate Cody, and then Cena be the one that has to save us. Oh, I could see
Break the walls down. Oh,
that.
No.
Some different.
Something different.
my bad.
I don't know. It's just I could like the more likely scenarios that I see Cody, say no because that's not who he is, and that's not if the dream is looking down on him, and how disappointed he'd be if Cody sold out or whatever. I don't know, like that's why I even like just with Monday Night Raw with Seth coming out, and like when Seth came out and interrupted him, like immediately I already knew, like, okay, this is where like this promo's gonna go, and like if it should go. The fact that like Seth's been there, and it's like, hey, this is a cautionary tale. Don't do this. This is what it cost me. I don't want to see that for you. Or
Don't do it.
yeah, like I don't know. Either way is going to be interesting. I think they can make it work either way, but man, if this whole sell your soul to the Rock thing was literally just brought up on the fly by the Rock, which would not surprise me. I mean, obviously everything is rumors and speculation and fucking dirt sheet reporting until it actually.
Which sounds kind of right,
Yeah, like if that's the case, I don't want to see it just to fucking stroke the Rock's ego. Like, I know,
What?
I don't want to see this happen and come to fruition just to stroke the Rock's ego, and then
Why not?
well, because then if it's successful, then he'll fucking hold it over everybody's heads for all of the eternity. But I don't know. Just the same as like whoever, if somebody beats Beef here at the end of this quarter, will hold it over his head about the quote unquote forever reign. Like,
Better not.
I'm gonna do it.
Better not do it.
I'm gonna do
You're
it.
not gonna do it. You're not
Wouldn't
gonna
be
do it.
prudent. Not gonna do it.
Yeah, so what do you think? You think we got a shot at seeing a Codelander, or not even Codelander? I won't even say Codelander, but like seeing like Cody accepting the Rock's offer here.
I always get to a point, and it's not just with wrestling. I always get to a point where I'm like, oh man, this is great. This is perfect. Like, if you left it like this, I'd be so happy. And then as soon as you think that, something comes along and goes, wait a tick, let me just jump in real fast and bugger this up for you. Like, WWE does that to me. This whole, like, recent past from last year's Mania up till now, it's been like, okay, I am happy. I have no complaints. Just keep doing it. Like, this is perfect. Wonderful. And then suddenly, someone who's on the board of directors can insert themselves and just be like, hey, boys, I'm going out to do this. Tee-hoo! I'm out. And just fucking goes out to do it.
Woo!
But, like, things were going so well. And then this happens. Like, The Rock is pulling a Vince McMahon. I'm just going to step in here and bugger this up for you. I don't know. I have no idea where they're going with this. I really don't. Does The Rock? And if he does know where he's going, has he clued Triple H in all this? There really should be something written into, like, Triple H's agreement or contract or something that says, like, you have creative control. You know, board of directors shouldn't be able to say, fuck you, Rock. Can we bring back Die Rocky Die? I don't know where they're going with this. I have no idea. I don't know. I think the heel Cody needs to happen. I think it needs to happen because I think if he keeps going much longer, especially if he rolls through Mania and retains the championship, I think if, like, the face Cody goes on much longer, I don't necessarily know if he starts to get booed, but I think people start to not care. And maybe that's worse than being booed.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I think Cody in particular needs a refresh. And I don't know, kind of like everybody who's talked about it has said, like, having him accept The Rock's offer and, like, be, like, you know, the board of directors champion or whatever, corporate champion. Yeah, like, I think that would be the perfect thing to kind of freshen up Cody. And there's a number of different ways that the story could go. Like, if Cody turns heel, there could be a number of people that step in to try to right that wrong. It could be Cena, it could be Punk. I mean, hell, you know, Reigns, Rollins, like anybody could jump in. I don't know. I think they need to do something. They need to do something with Cody to freshen up. He's getting stale.
I think it's interesting that Poot saw the Cody turn as, like, almost a fait complete, you know? Like,
Wait,
like
say that
was
again?
Like, I think it's interesting that Poot saw the Cody turn as, like, the fait accompli, like this is the way that it's meant to go, like, that this is the logical conclusion. To me, you know, the logical conclusion is the old rehash of the 1999 angle where it's Stone Cold and it's Vince McMahon all over again. Where Cody says, where Cody goes, fuck you, Vince, I mean The Rock. I'm going to drink beer all over your nice fancy suits. I mean, $500 shirts. And I'm going to drive a Zamboni to the ring. I mean, probably like a Chevy truck for some, like, weird interpromotional shit. Like, you know.
See, I don't see that because I mean, it's.
Oh, to me, that's the only way that this goes.
No.
To me, I would love it. So to me, like, the presumptive is that Cody's not going to accept, but I would love it if Cody was like, you know what, Rock? Let's do business. And everyone's like, oh, what just happened?
Yeah, but again, I feel like that's been done. That's been done, and it's very obvious. I just don't. Whenever Stone Cold fucking did it, you just said.
Yeah, like 4 years after the fact, when they're like, "Hey, we need to do something different." Like,
yeah, I know, but it's still been done. It's Seth Rollins.
Seth.
Yeah, but like there wasn't like an offer at like a very like specific like, "Hey man, be my dude." Like that happened after the fact that it all came out. But like when an authority figure comes out,
Corporate Kane.
What? No. Huh? When an authority figure comes out and they're like, "Hey, I want you to be my workhorse." I can't think of a scenario where any wrestler has been like, "Yeah, okay, let's go." It's just normally they react by bucking against it, and then we get the old rehash of Austin McMahon, which worked once very, very well, and has not worked well since, i.e. the Young Bucks. Look how well that worked out for them. So well they're off TV right now. At fucking ad nauseum, man. I just think that is one of the most like trite storylines to kind of fall back on, because they're like, "Oh well, it worked for Steve Austin and Vince McMahon." Yeah, it was like a place in history. You can't just go to that well whenever you think, we need a big angle.
Okay.
It pissed me off when they did it for WrestleMania 30 too, when it was based, Daniel Bryan versus the Authority. Like, you didn't need to fucking hone in on that. You didn't need to take Bryan's star to make your own rise. Like, that did not need to happen and was senseless in my book.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I just feel Tom real quick. I'm sorry.
Oh, me too, though.
And also Beef. I'm sorry, but my point here is I feel like, all right, mumble it up, fuckface.
Don't apologize for things you're not sorry for.
I'm not.
For you.
So
don't fucking say I'm sorry, Beef.
I was sorry. You talk 90% of this motherfucker. Let me talk. Jeez. Like, I'm sorry for being bullish on this, but let me just put it back. I'm just saying Cody is the obvious choice for this sort of thing. The curveball comes whenever it's like Rock's courting Cody all this time, and then he curveballs it, and it's Punk.
I think you're looking at it through the eyes of a smart man. I don't think that there's a mark alive that would believe that Cody Rhodes is going to accept this offer from The Rock.
I think that Beef.
Go ahead, Tom. I'm sorry.
You brought up a point about Austin and McMahon working because it was a point in history, a place in time that the changing of, for a better term, the changing of society as it was, the whole essentially like Rage Against the Machine era of things, which you're not wrong. I feel that we could be on the precipice of having that sort of place in history again right now. But I don't believe so. Let me say that I can see Cody, definitely denying The Rock's offer. But I think if you had somebody that was if they were going to try to go to that Stone Cold-esque well once more, Punk is a way, way more, more fitting choice than fucking Cody, because Cody is too white meat babyface as is compared to CM Punk. Like, Punk's a face because he's very honest with the people to a fault, regardless of how anybody looks at it. He's very genuine, but it's his attitude. He has more of a rebel attitude than Cody does. So like the fact that we're kind of in this position and we're saying, well, Cody, could be in the Stone Cold-esque role if they try to go to that well. Just, it feels weird. But obviously, like, if they have Cody deny Rock's offer or whatever, I don't see them trying to pull that, like, Stone Cold McMahon sort of thing. Like, I think it'll end up more of not so much like Cody the Rebel. It'll be like Cody in the uphill battle against the system. Like, they'll build more sympathy rather than have it be like, oh, Cody's this rebel. Whoa, look at him. He's such a badass. It'd be like, oh, poor Cody. We feel for him. Like,
when I said that, I didn't mean like, verbatim. Like, he's not gonna start spilling beers and like,
yeah, I know that, but you get my point. Is like,
right?
If
I mean the well of like, rebel
against authority.
Underdog. Right. Yeah.
No, there's a difference between like the underdog story and then like a rebel rebelling against the authority. Like there's
for giggles.
Yeah, there's a difference. I understand it's both good guy stories, or well, in the case of Austin, it was the anti-hero thing, and Punk is that it fits that more. Again, like Punk fits that more of an anti-hero role than Cody would. Like, Punk is Venom, Cody is fucking Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Wow.
Yeah, I said it.
I don't know. Maybe I'm off on the whole thing. Maybe Poot's right. Maybe I am thinking like too fucking smooth brain about it. But like, I don't feel like that the obvious choice is Cody accepting. Like, I don't think that's ever been, Wrestling 101.
I know it's not Wrestling 101, but hear me out on this. And this is kind of, Tom, thank you very for kind of unfogging that for me. I appreciate it. My point with this is it is more predictable for Cody to say, no, Rock, I'm not going to do that. Oh, yes, I am. It's like, that's more predictable. Let's have Cody have a crisis of faith in the buildup. Let's have Cody sit there and like think to himself and be like, maybe, I don't know. No, I can't. No, I won't. No, 50 no's and a yes means yes. Like that whole thing. No, like that's not as compelling. Have him do that. Have him say no. And then, a week before Mania, he's like, I'm leaning into this. I'm this. And then during the match, he has this thing where he goes, no, I have to stand on my principles. Fuck you, the system. And like, or have The Rock and him, like, they have an agreement, like, they're like, yeah, okay, we're doing this. And then all of a sudden, Rock turns on him, and it's Punk. No one will see that shit coming. That is that is more compelling to me than Cody just being like, no. Yes. Like, that, you know what I mean? That's a little more smooth brain than having Punk be the one to, or Cena for that matter. That's like, that to me is more, you all right over there?
It's just, it's just you're making a point that you're like, or it's going to be this guy. You make that point and you're like, or it could be this guy. And I'm like, I'm struggling to keep afloat here on Rainbow Road, but like,
no, man.
All right. No, shut up. Let me tell you, you're fucking me. You're trying to fuck on me here. Because I'm sitting here. You have no idea how hard I'm struggling to legitimately follow what's going on, and I'm not shitting on you because, like, I'm like. You're probably making a very good point, but like, I'm careening off the side of Rainbow Road, So I'm like, hold on, wait. I'm like, my brain couldn't catch up. You made a point about this guy. Then you're like, or it could be, and I'm like, hold on, wait. I'm not done processing the last guy. Wait, you gotta. I'm
Ransom,
a fucking idiot. You gotta give me a minute.
Ransom, the color of the road has no bearing on this. Putin definitely got off the highway, got on the highway, got off the highway, got on the highway. I'm like, Putin, where are we going with this, brother?
Shut the fuck up, Beef. You know what I'm saying. I'm saying to boil it down so anybody driving on any color fucking road can understand. All right? So that anybody on any road can understand. I feel like Cody's saying, no, Rock, and then at Mania going, yes, and then turning on whoever and saying, yes, damn you, Cody, for being that corporate stooge, damn you, blah, blah, blah. That's more predictable than if Cody, leading up to it, has this crisis, and then he goes, you know what, I'm going to do it. And The Rock goes, all right, okay, and then punches him in the mouth. And then all of a sudden, his opponent is the one that The Rock has chosen, whether that be Punk or whether that be Cena. That is my condensed down point.
You don't think
does that make a little more sense?
It does. It does.
You don't think it's going to be Cody? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
I think it'll be his opponent. I think it'll either be Cena or Punk. That's what I was getting at. Okay. And you guys, thank you for bringing me out of the weeds and stumbling in the darkness, almost swallowing my own tongue.
It's me, man. Like I'm.
No, it's not just you.
You were trying to fuck on me.
He's fucking on me.
He was trying to fuck on me. Does that put it a little more in a bubble for everyone?
Yeah. For sure. Beef. What did you say was going to happen? Did you say
I
the
was
other one?
I was kind of partway through, and then everybody's like, "Wait, Beef, let me jump in here." I do talk a lot.
I'm fucking on you.
You're fucking on him.
Where's that poot? He was trying to fuck on me.
Oh God.
Realistically, I don't think there's a chance that Cody takes the deal because I think that he's like the epitome of the white-faced baby meat.
Yeah.
But that's my point.
Right. But I think in a perfect world, Poot, you're spot on with your analysis in terms of CM Punk. I think that CM Punk being that guy makes a hell of a lot of sense and absolutely conjures up visions of the Summer of Punk, which was again very successil for what it was.
Yep.
Do you think that's likely to happen? Likely to be Punk?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that stands as good a chance as any.
Wow.
Obviously, there's a chance it could be fucking Solo. There's a chance.
Oh no!
There's a chance.
They're trying to fuck on us.
It could be Roman Reigns. There's a chance it could be. To me, I think at this point, they're probably looking to build Reigns back up. And they're probably looking for someone to play that role. I think that Cena fits that bill real nicely. I think CM Punk, again, especially with everything that has transpired with them in the past, would fit that role nicely. I don't know. I don't think Cody would accept because, again, he's the definition of, he's fucking like Hogan in the 90s without the racism.
Oh my God.
You sure
where's
about
the lie?
Well,
absolutely.
I mean, have you seen his wife and child? I'd say
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all a ploy.
Cody,
my!
Cody gets invited.
I'm sorry, and
Cody
I'm
gets
an
invited
asshole right now. I'm sorry.
Cody gets invited to all the barbecues, my man.
Cody,
so,
Cody Raheem Rhodes. Have you not seen that reel?
That's it, man. He can show up to any barbecue and they'd be like, "Hey, Cody, my man, come on in."
Cody is Wakanda's leader. Are you kidding me? Come on.
He is. he's got that cachet. But like, he is like the baby face. He's what Hogan was supposed to be. The American Nightmare. He wears the red, white, and blue. He's the phoenix that has risen from the ashes. He's the guy that bet on himself and has succeeded. He's everything that has done right. So like to have such a breakneck like, yeah, let's do it, would be real off-putting. I think that we are going to get a Cody snap at one point, but it's definitely not going to be at Elimination Chamber. Not going to be before WrestleMania.
No.
I think that me personally, I think that him versus C. And again, this was before the whole Rock intervention, so but I like the idea of him versus Cena. And like him kind of playing the antagonist a little bit and kind of being that guy who is like, hey, you guys remember what you thought of John Cena. Just because he's leaving, nothing has changed. John Cena is still that guy, and I'm still that guy who's here to save you whether you like it or not. Which is like the absolute Homelander philosophy. Like, I'm going to save this herd of cattle, even if I have to kill half of them, just to make sure that you understand how valuable I am. I think that's going to be... Yes?
Go ahead. I'm sorry, you go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I think that that's kind of the ultimate end game here, the refresh that Cody needs. How we get there now, thanks to The Rock pulling a Shang Tsung, is beyond me. But I'm
get over here.
Your soul is mine.
I am willing to give them the benefit of letting them cook. But you know what I'm spelling cooking right now?
Shit.
What the Rock? Bah, 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 bah.
No. You missed the message there. You know what The Rock is cooking? The Rock.
Dick.
The Rock is cooked. That's what I'm feeling right now.
A big bag of dicks.
What's The Rock cooking? Dick.
What do you mean by he's cooked? What do you mean by that?
It's the parlance of our times to say that he's washed, that he's over the hill, that he's not good anymore.
Oh. Okay. Oh, damn.
Quick thought. What if since you guys were talking about, Punk possibly being the guy, being Rock's right-hand man or whatever, and it being that curveball that nobody sees coming, what if that's the favor that he's going to ask Heyman for or whatever to kind of patch him through? Because Heyman is the connection to the bloodline in that fucking family. Like, he's the wise man.
I like that, Tom. I like that.
So I don't know.
That's fucking smart, buddy.
The more I'm thinking about that Punk kind of turning or whatever, it could make sense because I mean,
this guy over here using his big brain.
Here's the thing with that, like, there's still a lot of loose ends. Like, there's obviously the Punk favor or whatever. There's that. There's the whole what the hell did Rock give Cody the night after Mania or whatever, or the Raw after Mania? Like, we still haven't.
Oh, that dumb horse shit.
Well, here's the thing. Like, we've said it before. Like, Triple H, for the most part, does not just do shit just to throw it away. Like, there's a reason. And I mean, I hope something comes of it. But I don't know. Like, there's a lot of loose ends and it could really go either way. I think no matter what they do, they're gonna make it work. But I don't know. Like, The Rock just has to kind of fuck it all up, though, regardless. I think that's an overarching point we come back to. Is like, hey, things are great. God damn it, Rock. Why?
Yeah.
Because he's the boss man. That's why.
it was so abrasive. Is I think the word. Because they had all this shit planned, and then they're like, well, guess we're not doing this tonight. And like, you know, the rambling, you know, flip-flopping promo. I'll tell you what, man, the I want your soul line, I think, is one of the corniest lines I've ever heard on WWE programming.
Agreed.
And
Yeah.
I think, especially after you have the Netflix premiere,
And that's
where they kind of drop the veil, and they're like, hey, we're more entertainment. And then you, like, you drop that pile of dog shit on us. It's like, all right, come on.
That's cornier than, you know, that's coming from somebody who, like myself, has come up through the era where, you know, we had Duke the Dumpster Drozy. I mean, come on, Rock.
Yeah.
Do better.
Yeah, it was, man. And again, like, I'll give them a chance, but like I feel like this is not heading anywhere good. I feel like it's not heading anywhere good. The less I hear about Bloodline or Samoan or whatever, the fucking better, man. Like, if you're going to be successful, that's great. I don't care if you're fucking Samoan, if you're from the Swiss Alps, if you're from fucking Jersey. I don't give a fuck where you're from. If you're successful, awesome.
Big shout out to the bomber.
I don't think that the Swiss bomber. I don't think that we need to. I'm done with it, and I think I speak for a large part of like the wrestling fans who were inundated with the Bloodline for the last 4 or 5 years. I think we're done with it. I think we're just ready to move on. Fun fact, did you know that of the last 9 years, less than 50% of Rumble winners have won the title at WrestleMania? You know why? Because of Roman fucking Reigns and the fucking Bloodline. So, let's just be done with it, man. I'm intrigued with this Rollins and Seth stuff. I think that'll be a fun, really good match.
Rollins and Seth?
Yeah.
Damn it. Reigns, and you knew what I was talking about.
No,
Reigns
I really
didn't. Okay.
I didn't know where you were going with it.
Reigns and Seth. Like, I think that's going to be a fun WrestleMania match that they're
I mean, fuck,
forward.
if Rock can go full schizophrenic,
Oh,
why
sure.
not Seth too? Fuck it.
And, like, I think if we end up getting Jacob Fatu and Solo at Mania to be, like, the thing to loosen Jacob Fatu's leash and actually let him perform, let's go. Let's get Jacob Fatu individualized ASAP. So, like,
Isn't he injured right now?
No.
No,
I'm in.
Not,
that's nothing new.
I don't know why.
Damn it.
I don't know why I thought I did. Damn it!
I mean, tell me what I'm telling lies.
Shut up, Tom. You don't have to tell him.
You just did.
You don't have to tell him about the tell him.
No.
You don't have to tell him about the tell him.
Yeah, Soldier Boy. Tell him. Fuck off, dude.
Oh my God! Please, can we do something shops, please? God,
we don't have one.
Son of a
But
bitch!
but I do happen to have a question in my hopper.
All right. All right.
Do you guys know
Yes.
The Muffin
the
Man.
name of the rappers with the Nation of Domination?
I did know it.
Oh God. I just watched a fucking like the A&E thing on The Rock. Oh my God.
The Rock.
There's one that
We've
I will
talked
always.
about it before.
We
and
absolutely have. There's one that I will always remember, and there's one that I will always forget.
I don't even remember there being rappers with the Nation of Domination.
Oh, yeah.
Two white guys.
Yep. Back when it was Clarence Mason and D'Lo Brown was like the consigliere or whatever.
Oh, that's
and
right.
Crush and Savio and Farouk were like the guys. They had these two cats in like trench coats, black hats and sunglasses, rap the nation out.
That's right. Okay, was one of them...
Wasn't it like fucking...
Here comes the nation, live and in color. Don't diss the man or we'll bum rush your mother.
Yeah. What? Okay, wasn't...
Bum rush your
Wasn't one of them like ice? It was like a thing on ice.
Not Vanilla Ice.
Obviously not Vanilla Ice, not Ice Cube, not Go Around.
Go around.
What?
Yeah, that. Anytime I hear a knock on a door or anything, I always go around.
Was one of them Snow? The guy that did Informer?
No, not Snow. No. Ice. JC
it was
Ice.
fucking PG-13.
Was it PG-13?
Right, but
Yeah.
like, what are their individual names though?
Oh, you know the names of
JD?
PG-13.
I do.
Fuck.
JD Ice.
What?
Fuck. What was it?
Not JD. Fuck.
JD Ice Crane Train Flame.
Was it
What?
JD Ice?
JD Ice. Fuck.
It was not JD Ice.
JC Ice. I don't know. JB Ice. Fuck.
JBL.
JC Ice. JC Ice.
That's half of them. Yep.
JC Ice. That's
Yep.
one of them.
That's the one that I can never remember his name. The other one I can't forget his name because it's so. You'll know it when you hear it, if you get it.
Fuck it.
JC Ice and PG-13. It's JC Ice and PG-13. Oh, fucking Wolfie D.
Yeah, it's
Wolfie
D.
fucking D. That's what it is.
The minute that you said JD Ice, I'm like, oh, I think Poot's got it. He's circling it. He's circling it.
Fucking you're right, and you're absolutely right. It's one of the dumbest fucking rap names I've ever heard in my life.
Wolfie D, and I'm like, all right. I can never remember the other guy's name. I didn't even remember it was anything to do with Ice. I was because it's WrestleMania season, so of course I'm diving through some WrestleManias, and I saw WrestleMania 13. Which was Farouk and Crush and Savio versus the Legion of Doom and Ahmed Johnson.
Oh, man.
In a Chicago street fight, which followed Austin Hart. So you can make your own conclusions about how that went. Actually, okay, I'll say this. For like a Pier 6 brawl and like just a big stupid like big dumb meaty men doing stupid big meaty men stuff, it was actually pretty okay. But yeah, like D'Lo's out there in like a fucking suit before he becomes like an actual member, before he had a name. And then yeah, Wolfie D and JCS are getting involved, and I'm like, what's even happening here?
I didn't realize they were an actual tag team.
PG-13.
Yeah.
For the nation. So like, I don't think that they actually wrestled in WWE.
Not in not in WWE, I don't think.
Yeah, I think that they had like an independent, I think, at USWA, I think, maybe.
Oh, no, it says that they appeared in 2 broadcasts.
As wrestlers?
The latter against Tag Team Champion Smoking Guns.
Oh,
What?
man.
1995.
Wow.
2 Monday Night Raw tapings they were on.
Okay.
Oh,
I can
shut
see
the
that.
fuck up. No, they
It's like,
didn't.
we're a little bit country. We're a little bit hip hop, motherfucker.
But then before that, they were USWA Tag Team Champions.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, apparently they have a history. But yeah, man, it's, those, you count the stars while they're free. Hope you like the look of ceiling, because that's all you're going to see.
Jesus Christ. That's almost as bad as the DX band. The fucking DX band. Dude, it's so funny to go back and look at that because it's the nerdiest band that's ever fucking existed.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Jim Johnson was actually playing guitar on that one, as I recall.
But was he really?
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah. Jim Johnson actually, like, he I watched a thing about it not long ago. I saw a reel where he's talking about like how he came up with the riff, like, and then basically what's the guy's name, Christopher Warren or whatever, was that his?
Yeah, I think so.
Christopher Lloyd.
No,
Nope.
some different. He
Someone different.
kind of took it and put the grungy twist on it and stuff like that, and yeah.
Tunji.
The cringy twist on it.
Well, now when you say the DX band, are you talking about like just them in
At
general?
WrestleMania, I think it was WrestleMania 13?
14.
Was it 14? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one where they came out and it's just like, you watch it and you're like, ah.
I'll have to go back because I might have missed that one.
Oh, dude.
They played Triple H to the ring and Shawn Michaels to the ring in the same night. Yeah, so.
Yep.
Because otherwise, like I think of whenever they did like the mashup with like Run DMC or whatever.
No, that was
the one from
tune.
Yeah, King of Rock.
What?
Give me a job, and when I come to bring the breakfast, why is that stuck in my fucking head? Why is that in my brain?
That's such a great fucking tune, and I think that Reckless Intent had a lot of, or was that Reckless Intent?
I don't know.
But that was
liaisons.
The hip hop album had a lot of bangers on it. The hip hop hanger had the hip hop album had a lot of bangers.
What was that fucking album called? Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
You down with OPP?
It may have been aggression.
What's that symbol?
It may have been aggression. Actually, I think it was
WWF aggression. That's what it was.
Yeah. Reckless Intent. Reckless Intent was the other one that had like the like a lot of like hard. I'm never gonna forget the fucking Brood hip hop version because it's the Brood theme and then it's just I won't stop till I see blood. Isn't that like Method Man? Isn't that like Method Man and like ODB or some shit? Like I think it's like Wu-Tang.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know that, and I don't want to know that. The Brood and hip hop should not be like in the same sentence. I'm sorry.
No, it was fucking. That was a star-studded fucking album, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it was fucking. In retrospect, it's fucking silly how like wacky, crazy, star-studded that album was.
Yeah, man. It was.
Yeah.
I mean, par for the course. I think the WWF was big enough at the time, in the late '90s, where they could like have that cachet of like the legends of hip hop as well as like the now of hip hop. And yeah,
well, fucking absolutely.
It was a great record for sure.
Well, that was during the time that the WWE was so much part of the zeitgeist that they could get away with murder.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, we'll never see it again, unfortunately. I don't think. I think you've all heard me opine about how I don't think that the Attitude Era was actually that good. I think it was just that wrestling was part of that Rage Against the Machine mentality. Like that was something that was like counterculture, and everyone was like fucking A, like fuck your football. I got fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin, and that kind of thing.
Fuck your football,
motherfucker.
He's goofing on it, but like it really was.
Absolutely, because that was the time where like the NFL was the establishment, and honestly, it was very, very, very watered down and boring during that time. So like WWE rolled in, they were like, "Hey, watch us do fucking crazy shit," and everyone was like, "Yeah, man, let's fucking go."
Well, it was still like so like wrestling was still so fringe back then. Like it was still very niche, and it's like now it's so much more mainstream. And
yes, absolutely.
And now if you're a wrestling fan, like it doesn't feel like it's a dirty thing to say. Like it's not some sort of like, oh, you're a fucking weirdo because you like it, or whatever. Like people are letting their freak flags fly a little bit more when it comes to their niches,
Oh,
like
sure.
wrestling or video games or whatever, you know.
It's too big to be.
Well, yeah, there's
it's
that
too
too.
big to be counterculture anymore.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is now itself part of the machine, which is good and bad.
We've raged so hard and we've become the machine. Damn it.
Oh my
Exactly.
gosh.
Welcome. That should be my fucking biography. Given my job,
Welcome to the machine, motherfucker.
I've become. Oh,
I've raged so
yeah.
hard and I've become the machine. Damn it.
Yep.
I'm old. I'm
Well-
tired, and I work with fucking children.
Poot, say the stuff. Make people pay us.
Pay us money. Buy merch from the store down in the description. All of us chose things tonight, and I think we all made decent picks of things. Good
Thank
job,
you.
everyone. We did wonderful stuff. You're
Wow.
all beautiful. And listen to us more. Bard Putatorium out.
Okay.
Jesus fucking Christ! Somebody called 911 for that kid. Jesus.
Yeah, he's dead, I think.